Alright, so today we'll discuss about the 2018 October-November paper. This is paper 2, and yeah, its code is paper 22. It's a second variance. Yeah, let's have a look on the question number 1 here. It's an inequality question, so yeah, basically this 3-mark question is quite easy. You just need to expand it and then you solve it. But remember, whenever you want to solve the quadratic inequality, you must be very careful because it is not like equation. So I will just expand this one. So I will have the x squared plus 4x minus 3x will become plus x minus 12 bigger than x plus 13. And then I will move everything to one side. So yeah, then x and x I minus already. So I have negative 25 bigger than 0. Yeah, I guess a lot of you will actually move the 25 to the other side, and then you will get something like x squared bigger than 25, then x will be bigger than positive negative 5. You can't do like this, because this is inequality. If this sign is an equal sign here, then maybe you can do like this. Not maybe you can do it, I mean you can do like this if this sign is equal. But if this is inequality like bigger or less than, yeah, you don't use these methods, or else you will be minus some marks. So what you can do is, you always remember a squared minus b squared will equals to a plus b and a minus b. So what you can do here is, because you know about this thing, so I will change my x squared minus 25 into x squared minus 5 squared bigger than 0. Then this one, because of this formula here, then this one will become x plus 5 and x minus 5 bigger than 0. So for inequality, if you have the bigger one, I say before, means your value will go this direction and this direction, isn't it? So you have a negative 5 and positive 5 here, then that means x must be bigger than 5 and x will be less than negative 5. Okay, so you put the less than for the smaller value and bigger for the largest value. So over here you will just get, okay, x is less than negative 5 or x is bigger than 5. Okay, so you must be very careful, don't make the carry mistake for this kind of question, because 3-mark is quite easy to get as long as you don't make any carry mistake here. Yeah, set basically, yeah, it's not in your syllabus anymore, so should I I just skip first lah. If later we want to discuss, only we come back here because it's no longer in IGMF. Right, then a curve have equation y equals to x cubed over sine 2x, and then find dy dx. So obviously this one is a quotient rule, so you should know top is u, bottom is v. So your u will be x cubed and your v will be the sine 2x. So over here, yeah, you will do du dx, which is 3x squared, and then you will do dv dx. Differentiate sine will give you cos. Alright, so it's 2 cos 2x. You'll get this 2 because you differentiate 2x will give you a 2, so you move it to the front. So this is what happens for quotient rule. The formula for dy dx quotient rule is v du minus u dv over v square. This is the formula for quotient rule. So yeah, what I'm doing here is, get my dy dx. I will copy my v first, which is sine 2x, and then multiply differentiate of u, which is 3x squared, minus I copy the u, which is x cubed, and then multiply the dv dx, so which is 2 cos 3x, 2x I mean, over v square, so which is sine square 2x. Okay, how many mark here? 3 mark. I think you almost can leave your answer like this. Maybe if I want to simplify, I will just move a little bit, but I don't think you need to simplify. I think you can leave your answer like this because it's just 3 mark. So if you really want to make it look nicer, normally we will put the 3x square at the front here, then only we put the sine 2x at the back. Okay, so here I will multiply them, so I will put the 2x cubed at the front here, and then cos 2x I will write at the back. And then this one will be just sine square 2x. Alright, you can leave it like this, so you don't need to factorize out the x square and all that. Because normally if the question want you to simplify, the question will definitely tell you leave your answer in certain pattern. Then this is how they hints you need to simplify it. Or else you don't need to simplify, you just need to leave your answer like that. Alright, then the equation of tangents to the curve at this point, when x equals to pi over 4. So equation of tangent is quite simple. Like what I say, first step we do dy dx, which we already done the first step. Second step we sub x value into dy dx. This is what we want to do now. Then third step we form the equation by using the straight line formula. Alright, so over here we need to like do the second and third step here in order to get the equation of tangent. So we will sub the pi over 4 into the dy dx here. Alright, so this one will be 3 pi over 4 square. Alright, I will just do like this. Okay, this one you can you can type everything in the calculator lah, but normally what I'm doing here is like sine 2x, right? Sine 2 multiply pi over 4. I will just simplify it, become pi over 2. Because I know sine pi over 2 is sine 90 degree, which is 1. So this one will give me 1. Minus 2. Is it x cubed here? Yeah, it's a x cubed. So yeah, then it's pi over 4 power of 3. This is 2. And then cos 2x. Cos 2x, x is pi over 4, isn't it? Simplify, you got cos pi over 2, which is cos 90. Cos 90 you should know is equals to 0. So the whole thing here will be 0 over sine. Okay, this one sine 2x we know basically equals to 1, right? We just do it just now. If I square the whole thing, is basically is 1 square, which is 1 also. So, yep. Then I can ignore this one, ignore the zeros. So I only will get this answer here. So which is okay, 3 pi square over 16. If the question doesn't ask you to live in term of pi or exact form, you can actually change it into decimal. So I just type everything in the calculator and change it into decimal. So which is 1.85. Right, if you don't like about decimal, you definitely can live in terms of pi here. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so but okay, it's okay. I train you guys in the exact form because sometimes the question will ask you to live in exact form, so it's good to train by doing it in the exact form. Alright, so we solve the step 2, which is sub x value into dy dx. Then we need to go to step 3. Step 3, in order to use the step 3, right, you need to make sure you have two information. You need to have a gradient, which is step 2, you already got the gradient. And then you need to have one coordinate. When we say about coordinate, we must have x and y. We have x here, but we don't have y. So yeah, we have the gradient, which is 3 pi square over 60. And then we need to have coordinate, so which is pi over 4 and y. So right now I want to find the coordinate y here. So I will sub the pi over 4 into my original equation, which is here. So y will equals to pi over 4 cubed over sine 2 pi over 4 is 1, right? We just do it just now. So my y is basically pi cubed over 64. Okay, so yeah, then I will just write it down. This is pi cubed over 64. Alright, then
Yeah.
yes.
How do you get pi over 64?
The pi cube pi cube over 64. So basically what I'm doing here is I sub the pi over 4 into this equation. Do you see that? Because pi power of 3, you get pi cube. 4 power of 3, you will get 64 over sine 2 pi over 4, right? So because x is pi over 4, you simplify already, this is 2, right? Sine pi over 2 is 1. So the whole thing is become 1, then I just cancel it out. So therefore I only left pi cube over 64. Do you get it? You sure, huh? You don't act like you get it, huh? Okay, good. Alright, so yeah, then my y minus y1 equals to m. My m is 3 pi square over 16. X minus x1 minus pi over 4. Yeah, so you can leave your answer like this. I think so. But you prefer you leave in y equals to mx plus c, then you just expand a little bit. Alright, this one minus it. I have 3 pi cube over 64 plus pi cube over 64. Then one last step, 3 pi square over 16x. This one you have negative 3 plus 1 is which is negative 2, right? Negative 2 I can simplify, become 32. Okay? Yep, this one will be my final answer if I want to leave in the exact form. But you prefer decimal, you can do in decimal. I check the marking scheme, they can accept the decimal. But decimal, make sure you leave in 3 significant figures. Okay? Yeah, maybe you find a bit confused because I simplified the sine and cos too fast. So you don't need to worry so much on. So basically what you can do is you just substitute pi over 4 into the dx and then you type everything in the calculator. Yeah, you are not so good in trigo, but I think MF student you should learn about how to solve trigo, right? Because you have one whole topic about trigo, right? So yeah, if you can solve the trigo, you kind of will save you some time. No need to type so much. Right, so far so good, huh? Number 4 here. Okay, first thing when I see the question, when I see 6 here, because I know 2 power of any numbers also you can't get 6. I mean when your power is integer, because 2 power of 2 is 4 and 2 power of 3 will be 8, right? So 6 is between here, so I know it's 2 power of 2 point something. So therefore when power have decimal, this is the hints to tell us that we have to use log to solve it. Okay, so in this kind of question, when I see 6 on the other side, I know this is a log question. So the easiest way I will add LG for both sides. Of course, you might ask me, teacher, can I use ln for both sides? Yes, you can do ln for both sides. You will still get the same result. So yeah, don't need to worry about that. So this is 3x minus 1 equals to log 6. So log rule tell me that I can move my power to the front, right? So which is 3x minus 1 multiply log 2 equals to log 6. So 3x minus 1 will equals to log 6 over log 2. Normally I will not type the log 6 over log 2 at this step, because if you type already, you will live in the 3 significant figures. The answer will be less accurate. So I prefer to do all together. Okay, now I will type everything in my calculator, because in order to get my x here, so I need to do the plus 1 and divided 3, right? But I don't like so many level of divide for my fraction here. Then I will say multiply 1 over 3. Because multiply 1 over 3, same idea, we divide 3, isn't it? So I plus 1, divide 3. Then now I will type everything into my calculator. So which is a fraction first, log 6 over log 2. And then plus 1. And then divided by 3. So my final answer should be 1.19. Yep, I hope you guys will get the same answer with me. Alright, so next one. Yeah, we have another log question, very obvious. So for the log question, right, normally the first thing I will check will be the base of the log. So this one will be base 3 and base y. I know of course I need to have the same base in order to do this. We have a formula here. Log AB will equals to 1 over log BA. Yeah, because over here I will just use this formula rather than another one slightly longer one. Because what? Because I can swap between the y and 3. Do you see that? If I do some changing base here for this one, actually I will get something like, I just do 1 over and then the base and the number here will swap. So I will have log 3y. So you can see I have log 3 already. Of course, if today the examiner trying to make this question look harder, they will not give you a 3 here. Maybe they give you an 8 here. Then you can't use this formula. You have to use another chain-based formula. But yeah, maybe the examiner just don't want to make this question so hard. So they just give you the 3 here so you can just swap like this. Alright, so okay, so I will do everything like together. Y plus 14 here. So this one I throw to the other side, it become minus because here is a plus, right? So I move to the other side of the equal, so it will become minus. So this is 2 over 1 over log 3y. Like what I do just now, I've applied this formula for log. So basically I apply the log y3. Because of this formula, I know it's 1 over log 3y. Okay, so yeah, it's exactly just applying the formula. I didn't do anything very fancy here. Okay, so it equals to 1. And then we learn about the fraction thing, right? If a, b like this, is 2 divided by a over b, is actually equals to 2b over a, right? Okay, so basically I need to move the lowest level to the top here. Then 1, I will just leave it there. So I will have log 3 y plus 14 minus 2 log 3y equals to 1. So you can see actually I simplified this one like using just 2 steps. Yeah, so because if you understand the fraction thing and the chain based thing, it shouldn't be too hard for these 5-mark questions. Alright, so yeah. The next thing is I will do is I move the 2 to the top here, become y square, and then I factorize out the log 3. So factorize minus mean divide. So the minus will mean divide, and y square will be here, equals to 1. And you might ask me like, okay, this minus sign here, let me change the other color. You might ask me this minus sign here will become the divide. Why this plus sign doesn't become multiply? Okay, one of the very important reason is because the bracket. Do you see this bracket? If you have the bracket for log 3, right, whatever inside the bracket you have plus or minus, you never change one. So this one is the reason why the plus doesn't change to multiply. Okay, because this minus is between 2 log here. Do you see? You have log 3 for y squared and log 3 for y plus 14. So the sign between them is minus, is for both log, then you need to change it to divide. Okay, but whatever inside the bracket one, you never change it to multiply. You must be very careful when you do something like this. Okay, so yeah, let's move on. So the next thing I will do is, yeah, throw my log 3 to the other side. It will become 3 power 1. So yeah, then you know it's a quadratic. So yeah, just solve it. So we have 3y squared minus y minus 14 equals 0. I hope we can factorize without decimal. This one will be 3y and y. This one will be 7 and 2. Then minus and plus. Alright, so my y equals to 7 over 3 and my y equals to negative 2. Right, over here, because this is log question, so when the log question I will get the y value, right, I always want to check back, can my y be negative here? So if I check the first one, if y is negative 2, the overall here will give me positive, then it's fine. But the y at the second part here, the y is the base number. Remember, base number cannot be negative. So I will be rejected. And you might argue with me why the base cannot be negative. Yeah, you can check it out. Like why you just simply type negative 1, 5. You can type in a calculator, you will know this one is math error. Because what? because this one I can use the chain base rule, right? Then this one is 1 over log 5 negative 1. But log cannot be negative also, right? So it's still math error. So therefore, remember, if you have the log, right? If log base AB, A and B also must be bigger than 0. No matter, because A is the base, B is the number here, right? Both must be bigger than 0. Okay? Cannot be 0 and cannot be negative. Okay, just remember this is some basic about log. Because over here, if you write 2 answer, I think you will have -1 mark. Because the marking scheme also says 7 over 3 only. Mean that can only accept 1 answer, not 2 answer. Okay, for log question, sometimes you get 2 answer or more than 2 answers. You need to check by substitute the value back into the equation to see whether you can accept the answer or not. Okay, so normally I will just pay attention at the negative answer lah. Alright, number 5 here. Solve the simultaneous equation. Alright, okay, this one is still friendly. I mean, this question it look friendly because what? Like the first one, 8 is 2 power of 3, 4 is 2 power of 2. So everything in the power of 2, so it's fine. For the second one, 3 power of 3 is 27, 3 power of 2 is 9, so everything is 3 power of something. So yeah, and I doesn't see any plus or minus is not at the power, because this plus at the power, right? Then it's fine. Because sometimes you see 8p plus 1, then plus 4 power of q, then this plus is not at the power, right? Then you kind of need to do the substitution methods. Mean it's more complicated if you see plus or minus is not at the power for indices. But in this case, all the plus minus sign is actually at the power itself, then yeah, it should be quite easy. So this is 2 power of 3 for 8. Then p plus 1, I will just bracket it, okay. Divide mean minus at the power. Never mind, I do step by step. I straight away do, I scare some of you actually get a bit blur here. 4 will become 2 power of 2, q equals to 2 power of 11. Okay, now everything in terms of 2 already, right? Then I will multiply. This is 3p plus 3 minus, divide mean minus, right? 2q equals to 2 power of 11. Then, yeah, 3p plus 3 minus 2q equals to 11. So, I'm not sure I want to do elimination or substitution, but I just leave like this first, equals to 8, okay? So, I just solve the things I can solve. I call it my first equation. And then I solve the second one. 3 power of 2p plus 5. This one will be 3 power of 3 and then 1 over 3, which is just 9, which is 1. This is 3 power of 2, multiply 3q is 6q here. So we know divide mean minus, the whole thing will give me 1 equals to 3 power of 6q. Then cancel the base, so 2p plus 5 minus 1 equals to 6q. Then okay, yeah, we kind of need to do the substitution. Elimination, a lot of steps need to do, so I just do a substitution. Alright, so 2p will become 6q. Here will give me 4, so we minus 4 here. So p equals to 3q minus 2. I will call this one as second equation. Then I will just sub my second equation into my first equation. So yeah, I sub the p into here. 3p minus 2q equals to 8. My p is just 3q minus 2. So I have 9q minus 6 minus 2q equals to 8. So 7q equals to 14, q equals to 2. Then p equals to 6 minus 2. By substitute 2 back into the second equation, p equals to 4. So I have 2 and 4 here. You can always double check by substitutes back into the equation here. Choose any equation you like and check whether it makes sense or not. So like p is 4, q is 2, right? Let's try sub into the first equation. I sub into here. So this is 8. 4 plus 1, 4 plus 1, which is 5. Then this is 4, Q, which is 2. Then I will just type the calculator, like 8 power of 5 divided by 16. So I get 2048. 2048. So I try to type 2 power of 11, and then I get back the same thing. Then left hand side equals to right hand side. That means my answer is correct. Because yeah, if you have extra time in the exam, always substitute back into the equation and check whether your answer is correct or not. Okay? Okay, number 6 here. A 5 character course is to be formed from the 13 characters shown below. So each character may be used once only in any course. So find the number of different codes in which no 2 letters follow each other and no 2 numbers follow each other. Alright, that means the letter and number must be separate. So like no 2, I mean they cannot have A and B together, or they cannot be 1 and 2 together. Must be A together with one number. So basically you kind of need to mix around. I hope the number between them is 1. The number different between letter and number is 1. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you realize this is 6 and 7. So normally in order to totally separate them, right? The number different here, 6 and 7. You use 7 minus 6, you get 1, right? The number of different must be 1. Okay, that means I can accept 6. Let's say the number is 5, then it's possible. Or I can accept something like this is 7, this is 8. Or this is 99, another one is 98. Okay, so if the numbers different between them is 1, then you can totally separate them. Because it's different more than 1, no matter how you arrange, sure got 2 number or 2 letter will be together. Okay, so I hope you get what I'm trying to say, 6 and 7. So yeah, so basically you have something like this, it's quite simple. Just 6 factorial multiply 7 factorial, and then you will get quite big number. Where's my factorial? So find the number of different codes. Oh no, because they want to choose 5 character code. I thought they want 13 character code. If 5 character code, then it's slightly harder. Okay, so from here, okay, so you have 2 choice over here, and then you kind of need to like plus both of the choice here. So I can be letter, number, letter, number, letter. Okay, or I can be number, letter, number, letter, number. So I kind of need to work out both, and then I will plus them together. Okay, so for the first one over here, I will just, we have how many letters here? 6, right? So we just do a 6 P3 multiply. 6 letter, I choose 3 and then I arrange them. This is the reason why I do 6 P3. And then number we have 7, right? So 7 P2. Or mean plus, or mean plus. Alright, so plus this one, number, I have 7 number, I will choose 3 to arrange. Multiply 6 letter, I choose 2 to arrange. Alright, so let's do it. So I have 5040. Here I have 7300. So in order to get the total answer, I will just plus them together. So it's 11340. Okay, so yeah, this is how we do the question like this. Okay, because let me just explain slightly further a little bit, just in case you're a bit confused. For the question like this, right? Normally they prefer something like you have 4 boys and 3 girls, and then you want to sit in the row, and then boy and girl must not sit together. So therefore, normally we will do boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, and boy, right? And then I want to arrange them. These 4 boy I will sort place among themselves is 4 factorial times 3 factorial, right? Because the 3 girl here, they can sort place among themselves. This is the reason why just now I straight away, 6 factorial times 7 factorial. If they want 13 character code, but because they want 5 character code, right? So I can straight away do like this. And then some student might ask me, can they actually do by using combination? Yes, you can do by using combination if you want, but it will be more complicated a little bit. Example, let's say now I want to have 3 letter here, right? I can do something like 6 letter, I choose 3, and then I arrange all the 3 letter, which is 3 factorial. And then after that, I still need to choose 2 number, right? Then I will do 7, I choose 2, and then I still need to arrange 2 number, which is 2 factorial. But if you understand about permutation, you know 6c3 times 3 factorial actually is equals to 6p3. This is the reason why I straight away use permutation in this kind of question is a lot faster. Because if you do 6c3 mean you randomly choose 3 number but you haven't arranged them. This is the reason why I have to multiply another 3 factorial to tell the examiner actually I arranged them. But when you do 6p3, right, you straight away choose 3 letter from the 6 there and then arrange the 3 letter. So this is the difference between P and C. Okay? But of course here I will ask you, I recommend you to use permutation. Okay, so a netball teams of 7 players is to be chosen from 10 girls. So the 3 of these 10 girls are sisters. Find a number of different ways the team can be chosen if the team does not contain all 3 sisters. This kind of question is you must read the question carefully and you need to understand the question. Does not contain all 3 sisters. I believe they can accept 2 sisters or 1 sister or none or 0 sister. So just cannot have all the 3 sisters. I guess what this question trying to say. So because of this, there's few ways you can do. One is you find out the total and then you minus the 3 sisters. Then you can get the rest of the possibility. So if total means what? They want 7 players, right? I have 10 girls here. So what I will do is, okay, I will do 10C7. This is all the possibility. I don't care they are sister or they are not sister. This is just, I want to, from 10 girls there, I will choose 7 to play the netball. Alright, I need to minus the chances you have 3 sisters here. Yeah, so if I want to get 3 sisters, right, because among the 10 girls, 3 of the 10 girls are sisters, right? So that means the 10 girls here, I will actually separate them to 3 and 7. Because 3 here, they are the sister, and then this one is just the normal girl. Mean they have no relationships. Alright, so if I want to choose the 3 girl here, that means I will do something like 3 girl, I choose all the 3 girl, which is 3C3. Or you can ignore it because 3C3 is 1. And then here you still need 4 more girl, right? Because a team must have 7. Then multiply 7C4. So I will just minus it, see what happens. So which is 10C7 minus 7C4. So my final answer will be 85. Okay, I would say this one will be the fastest way to do this kind of question. So this one is like the total. Normally I call it total. Basically, it's all the chances you can do if you want to select 7 player out of 10 girl minus this is select 3 sister. Select 3 sister. Well, why I select 3 sister? Because they cannot accept I have all the 3 sister, right? So I minus the thing they cannot accept, then I left the answer is the chance they can accept. Okay? If you can understand the method 1, I will be very happy. If you cannot understand this and you think in the exam you might not figure out you need to do like this, then you can do a slightly longer way, because they say the team does not contain all the 3 sister, right? So you have to start to do 0 sister, 1 sister, 2 sister. Just make sure I don't have all 3 sister, right? So so same thing from the 10 girl here, I will separate them into the 3 and 7. This 3 is a sister. So if 0 sister, that means I can select none from the 3 here. I need to select all the 7 from the 7 other girl here. So it's just 7C7, which is 1. Quite simple. Okay, if I only want to have 1 sister out of the 3 here, so I have 3 sister here, I select 1. So here I will need another 6 more. So 7 girl here, I will choose 6. Because the netball team need to have 7 player, right? So this is 3 times 7. 3, 7, which is 21. Alright, then here 3 sister I need to select 2. And then a player here I need another 5 more. So from the 7 girl here I will select 5 here. This is 3 multiply 7C5 is 63. So if you plus all of them together, 1 plus 1 plus 3 is 5. 2 plus 6 is 8. So you can see my final answer here. My final answer here, I still getting 85. You realize it's the same answer, isn't it? Yeah, just the method 2 here will be slightly longer a little bit. Just because this case, because you need to plus 3 of them together, and 3 of them actually quite easy to calculate. But sometimes it will take you more steps to calculate, because just consider this case, the method 2, it doesn't look very bad. That means it's still okay. But then I will always prefer you to use the minus methods. Actually, it will be faster if you can understand. Or if you can't, then go ahead to do the second method, because second method seems more clear to some students. So just depend on which type you like. Both is fine. Okay, so far so good. After that, make sure you redo this paper, because then you can fully understand what I'm talking about. Okay. Then we go to the question 7. So solve the quadratics. So you see, give your answer in this form. So they will tell you give your answer in specific form. This is how the examiner asks you to simplify. So this is how they ask you to simplify in this pattern. So this is quadratic, and quadratic you want to get in this pattern. So basically you need to solve the quadratic. You kind of have no choice by using the quadratic formula. So which is negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. But when you do like this, right, you might have a little bit problem is, because quadratic, this is plus minus. That means your answer, you should have a plus version and minus version here. But then the answer here, they ask you to give your answer in plus only. Do you see that? So that means this one trying to give you the hints is what? They don't want the minus. They don't want the negative one. So this is the reason why if I do this, I will ignore the negative. I will just do a plus here. And some student might worry, why can't I take the minus here and somehow maybe this square root will give me another minus, then it will become plus, which is not possible, because the square root here, inside the square root must be positive, and this square root, there's no chance the square root will suddenly give you a negative. So we only take the plus one. Okay, make the thing simple a bit. Alright, and then of course the next thing you need to know what's A, B, and C. Your A is quite obvious, whatever number in front of the coefficient of x squared, right? So which is 1 minus 3. Your B is just 1, okay? The number in front of x. And your C is 1 plus square root 3. Alright, then yeah, we'll solve it. Negative B, which is negative 1 plus square root of B squared, 1 squared minus 4 AC divided by 2A. Alright, so yeah, it doesn't seem too bad. So yeah, we'll solve it. 1 minus 4. A plus B, A minus B, I get A squared minus B squared. Okay? Divided by, should I expand it? Yeah, I just expand it lah. It doesn't matter. Alright, then I will solve whatever inside the brackets. Alright, so this is 1 minus 4 plus 12. So this one will be 8 plus 1, which is 9. Square root 9 is just 9. Square root 9 will be 3, right? So later we'll change it to 3. Or we can change it now because you just type in the calculator, right? So yeah, this is 3 over 2 minus 2 sub 3. But because you see the answer they ask you to leave in this form is without fraction, isn't it? So yeah, we need to do rationalize. Okay, so I will multiply 2 plus 2 sub 3 for both. Alright, so from here, okay, 2 square is 4 minus 2 times 2 is 4, 3 here. I hope later I can simplify it because it looked a bit weird to me. Never mind. Okay, then here you need to multiply 1 by 1, okay? So this is negative 2 minus 2 sub 3 plus 6 sub 3. So the denominator, this is negative 12 will be negative 8 here. Top here will be, okay, number first, 4. And then this one will be plus 4 sub 3. And then I will just separate them, so it will become negative 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2 sub 3. Yeah, I hope this one will be my final answer. Yup, this one will be my final answer. Because they want me to live in that pattern, right? Or if I can further simplify. Yeah, I don't think we can further simplify. Yes. This one should be my final answer. Yeah, because when I check the marking scheme actually have 2 answers. Yeah, of course one of the answer is same as mine, but they actually have another answer here. Yeah, which is make me quite interested. Like, what is the second answer? Oh, I think the second answer is because they do the minus version. Yeah, so when they do the minus version here, they get the second answer, if not mistaken. So yeah, the curiosity actually want me to try another one. Okay, so let's see. I do because I have plus minus, isn't it? So I will have minus, this one we know is 3 here, 2 minus 2 third 3 here. Then we multiply 2 plus 2 third 3. This is 2 plus 2 third 3. Let's see what happens. So denominator we just now solved already is 4 minus 12, right? Which is negative 8 here. And then this one I multiply, I get negative 2 minus 2 third 3. And then negative 6 minus 6 third 3. Then I will get negative 8, minus 8 third 3 divided by negative 8. So this is the reason why he got the second answer, which is 1 plus third 3. Both number can divide it by, so give your answer in this form. Okay. I want to mention is like I thought they only want one answer, but in fact they want both of the answer. So just now at the very beginning I say, oh, you just need to do the plus, no need to do the minus version, which is wrong. I'm sorry. Basically you need to do a plus minus here, because normally for plus minus sometimes they will use the plus minus sign here, but this one they just ask you to leave your answer, and the answer here they doesn't have S for it. So I thought maybe they just want to take one of the answer, but because I checked the marking scheme, the final answer they actually give A2. They give the A2 means what? Means you have two answers for it, and both answer they also want. So therefore you have no choice, but you need to do plus minus here. Because I read the question, I thought, oh, maybe he just need one of it, and so then ask you to do plus only. So I'm wrong about this. Do both. Okay. Okay, number 8 here. So show that this one equals to the other one. So definitely choose a side which look more complicated. Okay, don't choose this side, because if you choose this side, you want to make it into both fractions like this, is very complicated. So choose a side which is more complicated and make into this pattern. Okay, so normally I will choose the complicated side. In this case, it's just left hand side. Okay, we'll start from the left hand side. Okay, so which is 1 over 1 minus sine x minus 1 over 1 plus sine x. Alright, for question like this, right, first step is always make them have the same denominator, and then because plus minus you have to be same denominator, then only you can join them together. So you multiply 1 minus sine x here, 1 minus sine x, and the other one you will do 1 plus sine x and 1 plus sine x. Alright, because why you want to do like that? Because you want to make them have the same denominator. Now the denominator is the same already, right? 1 plus sine x and 1 minus sine x, and a plus b, a minus b, you get a squared minus b squared. So which is 1 minus sine square x. Okay, I simplify already. So top you have 1 plus sine x minus 1. Okay, I multiply negative for both, okay? So I get minus 1 plus sine x. So then 1 minus 1 gone already. Sine x plus sine x, 2 sine x. Denominator 1 minus sine square x, you should know sine square plus cos square equals to 1, right? So cos square equals to 1 minus sine square. So bottom will be cos square x. I just sub in the formula. I just plug in the formula. Alright, so this is 2 sine x over cos x. Because we have cos square x, right? So I can say it's multiply another 1 over cos x like this. This is the reason why I get 2 tangent x. 1 over cos x will be secant x. Then shown. Okay, so basically I just do one more step here to separate my cos square x. Because normally if I see the answer like this, I can straight away write the final answer. But some student might be a bit struggle like, hey sir, how can you actually straight away get the final answer? One, because actually I can separate the cos x like this, and then Yeah, sine over cos become tangent, 1 over cos becomes secant. Okay. Hence, solve the equation. So I will double check my equation of this one. Does it look like exactly? Because sometimes they will add some value for it. Sometimes they just multiply 2 for it, or they do some plus minus thing. So in this case, it's exactly the same, isn't it? It's exactly the same. Then yeah, good thing is, yeah, I can plug in 2 tangent x secant x for it. So this is 2 tangent x secant x equals to cosecant x. Because I need to solve it, and my answer is between 0 and 360. So yeah, solve it. So tangent sine x over cos x, secant cos x, cosecant sine x. Okay. Sort of cross or multiply. Alright, so you get 2 sine square x equals to cos square x. So cos x and cos x I multiply, become cos square x, and then I throw to the other side, multiply with 1. Then this sine x over here, I throw to the other side, will multiply with sine x. This is the reason why I get something like this. And because I want to solve it, so what I will do is I divide it by cos square x for both sides. Then I will get, should I divide cos square x? Yeah, can. I will still get the 2 different answers. Because sometimes I see like this, I'm thinking, should I change into 1 minus sine square and then I solve it? But then, yeah, I think should be able to divide cos square. So I get 2 tangent square equals to 1. And then I simplify this one. Tangent square x equals to 1 over 2. And then I move the square to the other side, I get square root plus minus. So therefore, I need to do 4 different quadrants. So, yep. So I will do, I make my calculator angle units become degree first, then shift tangent, square root 1 over 2. And then I get 35.3 as my first quadrant. But because plus minus, right, add sugar to coffee, 4 quadrant also include. The second quadrant is 180 minus theta, right? 180 plus theta for third quadrant, 360 minus theta for the last quadrant. So I will just 180 minus 35.3, I get 144.7. And then 180 plus this one, I will get 215.3. 360 minus 35.3, I will get 324.7. Yep, this is how I actually get all the answer. Okay, because in math you just want to explore all the possibility. So I'm thinking what happens if I do one divide cos square x, because some students might not able to think about divide cos square x. Let's see. So let's say we have 2 sine square x equals to cos square x. Cos square x here, I just change the cos square x into 1 minus sine square x, because I just make everything in terms of sine and then I solve it. So like this, I will have the 3 sine square x equals to 1. So my sine x, it will become square root positive negative 1 over 3, isn't it? Then I find by using calculator, inverse sine square root 1 over 3, you should get the same result, 35.3. You see the first one is the same, then you find all the next 3 answers will be exactly the same. So you don't need to worry like you change into sine or cos or tangent, will you get the different answer? No, you will always get the same answer. Okay? But what I want to say is about trigonometry, when you can factorize, you always factorize rather than simplify. Okay, I'll give you one example to explain what I'm talking about. Let's say today I have 3 sine square x minus sine x equals to 0. Example, this is just a random example, not related to the question one. Because a lot of students, they see the question like this, right? They think that actually I can do something like this, right? 3 sine square x equals to sine x. Then sine x and sine x I cancel one. This means divide sine x for both sides. Then I get 3 sine x equals to 1. Because like here 3 sine square x equals to sine x. So what the student do is they divide sine x for both sides. And then you will cancel out. Here you get 1, right? Then your sine x you equals to 1 over 3. Okay, you do until like this, it is correct. But then you will miss some answer. Because why you can't straight away divide sine x like this? Because sine x equals to 0 means what? 0, 180 and 360. That means when 0 itself means some other value, you cannot divide the sine x like this. Because if the question say, oh, my x can accept 0 and 360, by solving this one, you only will get 2 answers here. But then when sine x equals to 0, you have 3 more answers. You will miss all these 3 answers. So this is the reason why if you straight away divide sine x like you do algebra, you will lose some mark here. So what is the correct way of doing the question like this is, you need to factorize out the sine x. You need to factorize out the sine x. From here, you get 3 sine x minus 1 equals 0. Then like this, you will get sine x equals to 0, or 3 sine x minus 1 equals 0. Then here you still get back the sine x equals to 1 over 3, which is exactly what you do here. But then by doing the factorize, right, you get sine x equals to 0, x equals to 0, 180 and 360. So here you solve it, you will get 2 different answers. So total you have 5 answers for this question. Because we too used to algebra, something like 2x squared minus x equals to 0. So sometimes we can divide x. Yeah, in algebra still okay sometimes, but not all the time. Because this case, I will still want my x equals to 0. But then sometimes we can actually can divide the x, then we get x equals to 1 over 3. Yeah, sometimes we can do that for algebra, but in Trigo, we're trying to avoid this because no matter sine x equals to 0 or cos x equals to 0, it has some value for it. So remember, because I have some very good students that also make this kind of carrot mistake. So I just want to make sure you do make this kind of mistake in your exam. So make sure you must do carefully lah. Why today this paper a bit slow? Okay, the diagram actually show the part of the curve. You have this curve. So normal to this curve at the point A will meet the x-axis at B. So you should know by seeing the graph, the diagram here, you should know this line is a normal. If you can't imagine this line is a normal, then it's quite bad for you. And you can't actually got this question correctly. So this line is a normal. If you cannot imagine normal, you're trying to draw a tangent line at the point A here. If I try to draw a tangent line here, you realize tangent and normal actually forming a 90 degree there. So this is the reason why I explain why this line is normal. And some more in integration, this topic, right, they love to give you normal line one. They always give you the line of normal, so, or the equation of normal. So you kind of need to understand what is the meaning of normal here. It's the line which will perpendicular to your tangent. Alright, then what's the purpose of giving you the normal? Because we know for tangent, right, gradient of tangent will equals to dy dx. After you sub x value into dy dx, definitely. But gradient of normal is nothing to do with dy dx. Because some students, even though you have the gradient of normal, you cannot straight away link it to dy dx. But we know gradient of normal equals to -1 over gradient of tangent. It still has some relationship. So if I have the normal, I can change to the tangent, and then from the tangent, I can go back to the dy dx. Okay, I hope you get the idea between tangent and normal. Okay, so let's go into this question. They ask me to find a equation of line AB. Okay, basically in this case you don't have the equation of normal. You need to find it yourself. So yeah, we do dy dx first, definitely, to get the gradient of tangent. Differentiate this one. This is 2x power half, right? So I move the half to the front, multiply 2, which is x, which is 1. 2 times 1 over 2 is 1. So this is negative half. So this is 1 over square root x. Okay, this is my dy dx. So what x value is 4, and we're going to sub in square root 4, which is 2. Square root 4 will give you 2. So, okay, this is gradient of tangent. So you want to get the gradient of normal, you do negative 1 over gradient of tangent, right? So which is negative 1 over half, so which is negative 2. So I get my gradient of normal, which is negative 2, by applying my formula. Then now I can form the equation y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. And you ask me how do I get 4 and 4 here, is given here because the normal passing through point A. x1 is 4, y1 is 4. So yeah, I just minus it. And this one is just gradient of normal. I just plug in. Okay, then I can get the equation easily. Yeah, y equals to negative 2x. This is plus 8 plus 4 plus 12. Alright, I just do everything together. Then I get the 4 mark easily. As long as you understand what is the meaning of normal, yeah, you always can get this one easily. So just in case, yeah, some students do not understand, then yeah, follow the step. Step 1, dy dx. Step 2, substitute x value into dy dx. Then you're getting gradient of tangent. Step 3, finding gradient of normal by doing negative 1 over gradient of tangent. Step 4, forming the equation by using the straight line formula. Okay, just always follow these 4 steps. You can always get the equation of normal easily. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're done for part 1. Find the coordinate of B. B is quite easy because B is the x-intercept. X-intercept, what information do we have? We know the x-intercept y will equal 0, right? Okay, so basically sub in the y equals 0 here. 0 equals to negative 2x plus 12. 2x equals to 12, x equals to 6. So therefore my coordinate B will be 6, 0. So from here, at least I know, yeah, this one will be 6. Alright, so, and then this one will be 4. Okay, I always draw the dotted line 90 degrees to the x-axis from the intersection point. This is how I find the area of integration or area of shaded region for the integration topics. Alright, because what? Now they ask you to show all your working, find the area of the shaded region. Okay, so remember, to question like this, right? Always find the intersection point. Then from the intersection point, draw a perpendicular line toward your x-axis or y-axis. But most of the time it's x-axis, alright? Okay, because here if I draw toward the y-axis here, I don't have any shaded region here. So there's no point for me to draw toward the y-axis. So I will draw toward the x-axis. So if I want to draw toward the x-axis, why I do that? Because I will separate my area into the part A and part B. Part B is quite easy. It's a triangle. So triangle, you can just do half times base times height. You can easily get the area of triangle. But part A, over here, you need to integrate this curve. You integrate this curve from 0 to 4. Then you plus the part B, you plus the triangle, you can get the whole area of the shaded region. Okay, so if you get the idea, I'm going to do my last part over here. Because have the diagram is easier for you to actually understand my working here. So part A, or you can call it area A here. Of course, in the exam, you do need to write part A, straight away do the shaded region, and then something plus another thing, mean part A plus part B. But then here, because I want you to understand, so this is the reason why I do part A for you, okay? So No, never mind lah. I just straight away show what you should write in the exam. Area of shaded region. In the exam, you shouldn't write short form, okay? You write the shaded region like full form, okay? So part A will be integrate from 0 to 4 the curve, which is 2x power half. Okay, 2x power half dx, because it's toward x as it, plus area of triangle is half times base, which is 2, times height, which is 4. Okay, so then the only thing I need to do is integrate this equation. Is I will take the 2 outside. Okay, so I integrate x power half here become x power of 3 over 2 divided by 3 over 2. Okay, then this is 0 to 4. Here I simplify, I will plus 4 here. Then here we kind of plug in the value. This is, I plug in the 4 here. This one will give me square root 4. This one will give me 8 over 3. Yeah, I plug in the 0 is just 0 plus 4. So this one will be 16. 32 over 3 plus 4 will be 12 over 3. So my final answer will be 44 over 3. Okay, it shouldn't be too difficult for you because you have the calculator. So of course you can leave in a decimal. If you prefer decimal, you just change to decimal, which is like 14.7. Okay, so yeah, this 4 mark for integration, I would say is quite easy. Okay, do you have any problem for integration? That we done this part. No problem, right? Okay. Okay, then we have how many more? 10, 11, 12. Wow. Okay, we still have 2 more, 3 more. Okay, 2 lines are tangent to the curve. The equation of each tangent is in the form. Equation of each tangent is of the form of y equals to 2k plus 1 minus kx, where k is a constant. Find the 2 possible value of k. I would say this one sounds a bit complicated, but I think it's still okay. Okay, tangent to the curve means what? I mean, you might have a curve look like this, and then you have this. You have 2 lines which is the tangent to the curve like this. Yeah, tangent, right? Touch 1 line. For tangent in MF, you have two possibility. One is the dy dx equals to gradient of tangent. Second one is b squared minus 4ac equals to 0. Okay, so over here, if I want to use the second method, right, this one only apply for the quadratic. Quadratic means what? My equation here must be x squared. The highest power of x must be 2. So this equation is x squared, yes. Then we have the unknown for my straight lines, and then they ask us to find k, so I pretty much confirm we are using the second methods. Yeah, we are doing the b squared minus 4 is equal to 0. Because in order to use the first one, normally they will tell you the tangent at which coordinate, like coordinate A 4 4 or coordinate B. Yeah, they don't give you any x value, so I will just ignore the methods number 1. So therefore, yeah, I know it's b squared minus 4ac equals 0. But before I sub in the b squared minus 4ac, I must make my equation into the general form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. You realize without y here, isn't it? I don't have y over here. So that means I need to sub in the y into the y here. So which is 12 minus 4x minus x squared equals to 2k plus 1 minus kx. And then I rearrange. I always want my x squared to be positive. So this is the reason why when I rearrange, I'm going to throw my x squared to the other side. If this one is positive x squared, then I will remain at the same position. I always want my x squared value become positive. Alright, so positive x squared. This one will become plus 4x. So I want to factorize. Never mind, I do step by step lah. Because sometimes if I do myself, I will just skip certain step. Solve this, solve this, solve this. So we still have a 2k minus 12 will be minus 11 because plus 1, right? Alright, so then I will factorize this out for x. 4 minus k, x plus 2k minus 11. I prefer write like this. Then I can very clear to see my value a, b, and c. My a is 1, b is 4 minus k, and c is 2k minus 11. Now I do b squared minus 4ac equals to 0 to find my two possible value of k. So b squared minus 4a and c equals to 0. Yeah, expand it. 16 minus 8k plus k squared minus 8k plus 44 equals to 0. Alright, k squared minus 16k plus 60. Okay, equals 0. Can it divided by 8? No. Can divide by 4, right? Definitely. No, because this is k squared. Okay, then factorize straight away. Because 60 is not too bad. It's 10 and 6, right? Minus for both. Then k equals to 10 or k equals to 6. Yeah, this is how you get the two possible value of k. I think for question like this, maybe the only difficult part is you do not know is b squared minus 4ac. Then yeah, you might start for a while trying to do a dy/dx for it, and then yeah, you're going to waste you some time. Alright, part B, find a coordinate of the intersection of two tangents. So yeah, like what I say just now, these two tangent lines, they're going to intersect each other at one point. So but you don't need to understand the diagram in order to do these questions, because intersection basically sub both equations into each other. Do you have any faster way? Because I always want to use some faster way to do this kind of questions, but maybe not. Maybe we just plug in. Yeah, because they're not necessarily 90 degree, right? Because I think maybe we can use a tangent to get x value faster, but nah. Alright, so if cannot, then we're trying to have this equation. Y equals to 2k plus 1. Y equals to 2k plus 1 minus kx. So when k equals to 10, then this is negative 10x plus 21. When k equals to 6, this is y equals to negative 6x 12 plus 13. Okay, this is how we actually get these two equations. And then we want to find the intersection point. So what we do is we basically just sub in these two equations into each other, and then yeah, and then we solve it to get the coordinates. So okay, negative 10x plus 21 equals to negative 6x plus 13. So 4x equals to 8. Yeah, nice, x equals to 2. Then y equals to negative 10, 2 plus 21. Y equals to 1. Yeah, the coordinate intersection will be 2, 1. Okay, not too bad. Just sub in to get the 4 mark. Remember, intersection point basically is sub into each other, okay? Yep, question 11. The function f and g are defined by these two equations. Yeah, composite function basically. Gfx, that means sub the fx into gx. So if sub the fx into gx, you copy the gx. Okay, 2x plus 1 over 3x minus 1. This is how I call it as a copy the gx. Basically, you need to sub your fx into my bracket here. because this is what happened when you sub the fx into the gx. Okay, but definitely we are not writing fx here. We write the equation of fx, so which is 4x minus 3. 4x minus 3. Yeah, so we will make it look nicer. This is ax minus 6 plus 1 minus 5. This is 12x minus 9 minus 10. Okay, done. G inverse. Okay. So let the y become gx and then make x as subject. Okay. So 3xy minus y equals to 2x plus 1. So 3xy minus 2x equals to 1 plus y. Factorize out the x. 3y minus 2 equals to 1 plus y. Then x equals to 1 plus y over 3y minus 2. Then change the x into the g inverse x equals to 1 plus x over 3x minus 2. Yeah, it's all the thing you learn in the extended math in the future, so it shouldn't be too difficult for you. And fgx equals to this one, so basically you do the composite function equals to another side. This one is sub the gx into the fx, so we write fx. What is my fx? 4x minus 3. 4x minus 3 equals to x minus 1. And what is my x here? It's a gx, right? Then I copy the whole gx equation into it. My gx will be 2x plus 1 over 3x minus 1. Yeah, some algebra work here. They give you 4 marks. Alright, so okay, just multiply lah. Ax plus 4. Remember the 4 only multiply the top. Some students tend to multiply 4 and top and for top and bottom. So don't do this. The plus 3 I move to the other side. Minus 3 move to the other side, become plus 3. So become plus 2 here. Here still have a 3x minus 1. So ax plus 4. 3x minus 1 I'm going to throw to the other side. It become like this. Alright, then I'm going to expand it. So become 3x squared. I multiply. So this one will give me 6x and x, so it will be 7x plus 2. I just expand as fast as possible. 3x squared, the ax move here, become minus x. 4 move here, minus 2 equals to 0. And then I'll factorize it. 3x and x, this one will be 2 and 1. Become minus and plus. Then x equals to negative 2 over 3 or x equals to 1. Yeah, some algebra work here. Do you have any condition here? Yeah, check the condition, which is the domain here. They say x must bigger than 1. Means what? This is not bigger than 1, so this answer need to be rejected. Yeah, for function, right, always check your domain, because this is the big trap over there. Because if you write both answer, you might be minus mark, or the final answer they will give you just wrong, because you should have one answer only. Right, the last question here, relative veracity. I'm not sure you still remember or not, because actually we just like go through this one last month. Yeah, I think it's about 1 classes or 2 classes we say about this. Okay, so basically this kind of question, just have you refresh a little bit. You need to draw a triangle. Okay, then you need to solve the triangle by using, most of the time, only these 2 formulas. Sine over sine A equals to B over sine B, or the cosine rule, which is A squared equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A. You use these 2 formulas to actually solve the triangle. But how to form the triangle, you kind of need to follow the resultant vector, which is veracity of A equals to veracity of A relative to B plus the veracity of B. But in this case, you have the plane and you have a wind. So it's veracity of the plane equal veracity plane relative to the wind plus veracity of the wind. So veracity of plane will be your resultant vector. Resultant vector means what? So if let's say this line is my resultant vector, so it will become this line plus this line. So it will affect my direction for my resultant vector. So you can see I draw two lines for resultant vector, starting point, ending point. So the arrow must start from starting point, going all the way to here, and then from here, go all the way to the ending point. So the arrow must follow. This is the reason why you need to have this thing. This formula for this part, this type of question is not for you to sub in the number and plus them. In order to sub in the number to plus them only in two conditions. First is one dimension. One dimension, that means your car is only move left and right. We call one dimension. Not like you have north, south, east, west. It's not one dimension. Second, your velocity is in the column vector form AB. Then you can straight away sub into this formula to do it. Or else, in this part of relative velocity, the purpose of this formula just for you to draw the triangle only, and then you need to solve the triangle by using the trigonometry formula. Okay? If you get it, then we will start about this question. Okay. Let's read about this question first. A plane can traverse at 260 km per hour in the steel A. So when travel in the steel A, this 260 is my velocity plane relative wind, because in the steel A, right, is 260. And due north. Okay, it's quite straightforward. A plane can travel. Finds the result. Okay, quite straightforward, because sometimes the question is trying to trap you. Okay, I draw out the direction also. So normally I will write the speed and draw out the direction because it's easier for me to draw later. Okay, due north. Okay, a wind with a speed, velocity of wind, speed of 40. From the bearing of 310, blowing the plane of course. Okay, this is the very tricky thing, is from the bearing of 310. From 310 and toward 310 is both opposite direction. So if I draw the bearing like this is north, right? 310 give me some idea. It's about like this, 50 degree. Because here is 310, right? Okay, then the question says from the 310, then I kind of need to think the arrow is going out or going in here from 310. Yeah, I think the arrow must be facing this direction from the 310. Yeah. So, because if the arrow facing like this, right, I will not say from 310. This one look like from some other value, right? It's not the 310. So like from 310, yeah, I think if this is north here, yeah, should be like this, 50 degree. Okay, so you can see I write out the speed, I draw out the direction. So for me to draw the last one, resultant vector. So find the resultant speed of the plane and its direction as the bearing correct to one decimal place. Right, so right now, since I know velocity of plane is my resultant vector, so I kind of need to connecting these two lines. One line is facing like this, the other line is facing like this. I need to form the triangle by using these two lines to get my resultant vector. So yeah, you normally you can there's two possible ways of forming the triangle. So I can form one doing north like this, and this one I cannot do like this. I cannot connect here because like this will not give me the resultant vector. So this one I can go this way if I want. Yeah, I can go in this way. Then this one will give me resultant vector, velocity of plane. This is method number one. I can connect these two lines like this. Or I start my line like this first, and then I connect my plane relative to the wind. yeah, then my resultant will look like this. This is the second method. Okay, both methods also will give you the same result, so no need to worry. Just depend which one you like. Okay, so okay, since I have the this one first, so maybe I use this thing. Okay, this one is velocity plane relative to the wind. You can see how I draw here, which is 260. This one will be velocity of the wind, which is 40. Okay, now you need to know what is the angle. If I have a north here, north to south here, this is 50 degrees, then here will be 130, right? Because straight line is 180. Then I can know, okay, this one is 130 inside. And then I have this line. And you might ask me, can you make this line look longer a little bit? Yes, you can. It doesn't matter one. As long as your triangle look nice, because later you need to solve the triangle, right? Yeah, so yeah, just draw any length you find it comfortable. Because I try not to block the 130. Okay, so this one will be my line. And where is my resultant vector? So resultant vector must facing starting point toward to the ending point. So my resultant vector actually is going that direction, okay? And yeah, 130 I write outside lah, just in case later I couldn't get it. What's wrong with my line? It doesn't look like a straight line, make me a bit frustrated. But it's fine, just imagine this is a perfect triangle, okay? Yeah. So now I want to get my velocity of the plane. And you see this triangle, you have two sides. You have two sides and angle between. You know you are using the cosine rule to get velocity of the plane. So yeah, my velocity of the plane will be 40 square plus 260 square minus 240, 260, and then cos 130. Square root it. Okay, I just using the cosine rule to do this part. So yeah, type everything into the calculator. Just make sure your calculator is in a degree, not radian. This should be fine. So it's 287.35. I think we can correct to the 1 decimal. It should be fine. But because they say the 1 decimal is for the bearing, so yeah, speed, I think you can round off to the whole number also. It should be fine. And I got my answer wrong. I guess maybe my English is not good. Okay, I guess I'm misunderstanding of the word from. A wind is blowing 40 from the bearing of 310. How This is north. This is 310. Blowing from the 310. Should look like this, right? Yeah, this is 310, so it's from the 310. Yup, then this is 50 degree. So yeah, the difficult part about this question is like, you kind of need to understand the direction, or else, because yeah, maybe just now I just over things or what. Yeah, my direction is wrong. So my triangle is wrong. So this is north. This is 310. So from the 310 should look like this. So 50 degrees here. Then I reform my triangle. Now I have these two lines, right? This line, north, another line. In order to make this one, I want a resultant vector. So another one I should be connect like this. So yeah, then this one is my velocity of plane. This is velocity plane relative to the wind. This is velocity of the wind. This one will be north lah. Alright. So 260. 40. Or since it look like this, yeah. You just imagine So you have a 50 here, right? Because the Z here, so the 50 degree will be here. Okay, it's because you have a Z here. Okay, just in case you cannot see. Yeah, same thing, you have two sides and one angle between. So therefore, everything is the same, but then the angle will be 50 degree here. So, yeah, you type everything in the calculator again. But change the 130 to 50. And then you square root your answer. Should be 236. Yeah, I think you can leave in a whole number. km per hour. Yep. And then you want to find the bearing, because if your triangle is wrong, right, your bearing definitely is wrong also. So this is starting point, right? So if starting point, we want to know the bearing, right, we always look from the starting point. So we want to know about this angle because this line itself is the north, right? So bearing, if you know this angle, straight away is the bearing already. So how to know this angle? Normally I will use the sine rule. So sine theta over opposite length, which is 40, equals to sine 50, this is 50 degree, over opposite length, which is 236. Okay, so yep, I will say sine 50 over 236, or my answer just now. If I want to get more accurate, I will just use the answer just now, multiply 40. Alright, then I will shift sine, my answer. My theta will be 7.5 degree. Okay, so yeah, this is how you get the 6 mark here. Yeah, just now I think I'm misunderstanding the from the bearing of 310. Yeah, sometimes I get a little bit confused about this also. Yeah, this is relative velocity. It is not too hard if you can understand the question. If you can't, then it might be quite complicated, because as long as you get one of the line wrong and then your triangle wrong, most likely the rest of the answer will be wrong also. Yeah, anything you want to ask about this one? Or else I will just stop the screen recording first.